You guys are in here. I'm trying to show you guys some gameplay of the new Makarov pistol coming to COD Mobile Season 4. The Season 4 update just came out. Now, even though the pistol isn't unlockable yet, you can still test it out in the training grounds. And I have to say, this thing is pretty insane. I showed off a couple of different gunsmith builds here. I think when the weapon fully comes out, I'll definitely be doing like a separate gunsmith video on it because there's so many different ways you can build this thing. It's insanely strong. Like, this thing will definitely break COD Mobile, I think, because for a secondary weapon, it's definitely too strong. I imagine it will get nerfed eventually, but I mean, we can all enjoy it while it lasts, have some fun with it for now. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be spamming it. Hardpoint shipment, everyone's going to be using it. Shipment 1944, when that comes back, everyone's going to be using it. So it's going to be a pretty toxic time, especially if you play ranked as well. I think a lot of people are going to be using it there too. But the reason why this thing is so broken is because the attachments it has. So obviously, as you can see here, it does have the akimbo attachment. You can also put a barrel on that makes it fully automatic. And it also has an 80-round drum magazine. Then on top of all of that, there's a grip that actually increases the fire rate even more, minus 26% fire interval. So this thing is pretty insane. And of course, you want to put like a laser on to make the hip fire accuracy more accurate. But yeah, the way you can build this thing is pretty wild. Even without the akimbo, if you take away the akimbo, this thing is still pretty strong just on its own, which I show gameplay of that as well. So a lot of different ways you can build this thing. Like I said, when it fully comes out, I definitely want to do like a separate gunsmith video on it because this thing is wild. It is the sidecar from Modern Warfare 2019, so if you play that game, you're probably pretty familiar with it. Because I think even when it came out in Modern Warfare 2019, it was insanely broken and overpowered, especially in Warzone, I believe, and it eventually got nerfed. Looks like it's going to be pretty overpowered here in COD Mobile. Definitely going to be the go-to secondary weapon, no matter which weapon you're using. Unless you're using like a shotgun or something, then maybe it's not as useful. But yeah, this thing is definitely insanely strong. A lot of different ways you can build this. Again, you don't even need the akimbo. Without the akimbo, it's still pretty strong. Because of course, if you have the akimbo on, it does lower your damage range, and messes with your reload time. But I mean, still, it's insanely strong with the akimbo. The barrel that makes it fully automatic, it does say that it does lower the damage a bit as well too, and gives you a bit more recoil, vertical and horizontal. But I mean, this thing shreds at close range. Not even the damage nerf isn't even noticeable with these attachments. I also definitely want to do a comparison against the akimbo Fennec. Like, those are really the only other weapons I can think to compare this to right now. So of course, those are the only two akimbo fully automatic weapons. We obviously have the akimbo 50GS, but semi-automatic. So definitely want to do a comparison with the Fennec eventually. But yeah, I mean, these things are pretty strong. Obviously, this is just a training ground against bots that are moving very slowly. But I mean, the way these things shred and how fast they kill at close range, like, I imagine it's going to be very useful in actual matches, playing ranked or whatever it is. So we'll see how it is. I'm curious to see how long it takes for there to be a nerf. I imagine they just nerf the attachments, not the weapon itself. But I mean, we'll see what they do. And I don't imagine it would be during this season because they are selling a legendary version of it in the legendary character draw. So I imagine it would be probably Season 5 maybe. That'll be the next major update. Or maybe Season 6. Maybe they let us play with it for 2 seasons. You know, everyone's going to be abusing it. We already know what's going to happen. Once this thing comes out, which I believe is going to come out in a seasonal challenge. I'm not sure exactly when. Probably within the first 2 weeks of the season. Everyone's going to be using it. Akimbo, fully automatic, 80-round drum magazine. It's going to definitely be a toxic time in COD Mobile, I think. Unless it gets nerfed, which I mean, I don't think it's going to, but I mean, we'll see. Yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? Makarov pistols, akimbo, fully automatic, 80-round drum magazine, grip that can make the fire rate even faster. What do you guys think of this weapon? Are you guys worried about COD Mobile, the state of COD Mobile, ranked and whatever? Especially with the COD Mobile World Championships coming up, you know everyone's going to be sweating extra hard, so people are definitely going to be using this. So it'll be interesting, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Peace.